Greetings, it's Will from stormthecastle.com, and you are watching the Cardboard daVinci YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. And this video is entitled, What is the best glue for cardboard? This is a question that comes up a lot, so I thought I'd answer it. And the answer is simple yet complicated. First off, cardboard is paper. That's all it really is. The fibers are a little thicker, fibers are a little longer. The cardboard sheets that make up cardboard are a little bit thicker themselves than regular paper that you think of. But any glue or adhesive that works on paper works perfectly fine on cardboard. But let me say this. If you're really looking for strength or durability or functionality, it depends on what you're going to do with what you need the glue to do will make a difference in which glue you should use. So any glue works fine with cardboard, but depending on what you want to do, would make a difference in which glue or adhesive you're going to use. And in this video, I will show you some of those more common things that are going to make sense to you once you start to see. And I'm going to daVinci this video and double daVinci this video by making a little project along the way, right? And that shows you the various different ways that you can use glue and how the glue is best used, adhesive is best used in cardboard. And I'll also tell you a little story from my life. So that's the double daVinci. So let's launch. Let's do the intro, then we'll launch into what is the best glue for cardboard. Let's start off with if you are assembling pieces of cardboard together with one on top of the other like a stack to make it thicker or stronger, then spray adhesive is your best tool to use. A thin, even coat of spray adhesive, and the reason for this is there'll be no wrinkling or warping. If you use some kind of a glue that's liquid, you can warp and wrinkle the cardboard. The only disadvantage is you've got to be real careful because once those cardboard sheets touch, they're set. You can't shift it around. Make sure you alternate the cardboard too. One piece the corrugations go up and down, and one piece the corrugations go left and right. Same thing applies for if you're having large sheets of paper that you want to put attached to cardboard. The best thing you can use is spray adhesive because you won't get any wrinkling or warping. And wrinkling is a big deal because if you're using a white glue, that paper gets wet. It very easily wrinkles. But with the spray adhesive, if you carefully apply, it'll be perfect with no wrinkling. It'll look good. So next, if you're doing three-dimensional shapes with cardboard, your best bet is hot glue. Three-dimensional large shapes. Smaller shapes, the hot glue can be difficult. Like here, I'm making a pyramid. And if you want, and the reason for this is it's quick to set. You don't have to hold the three-dimensional pieces for a long period of time. You can even speed it up by holding a can of compressed air upside down that makes a freezing temperature that will set that hot glue really fast. See, it's done. So that's the big advantage in hot glue is speed of assembly. You don't have to hold it forever. So that's for three-dimensional large shapes. Now, if you're adhering paper to smaller pieces of cardboard, a glue stick is probably your best option because glue stick is very dry. I know that sounds weird, but you could also use a precision craft glue. But I prefer usually to use a glue stick. The precision craft glue will actually hold better and longer. But the glue stick usually looks better because the precision craft glue, like the Barely craft glue, can cause some wrinkling. You can spread it around with a Q-tip. But there we go. Small paper to cardboard glue stick or a thin white glue. The spray adhesive you could use, but it can be very messy for small pieces. So now we're going to assemble small cardboard pieces together. Any general purpose white glue will be fine for this. Hot glue can be awkward to use. You can burn yourself. You're trying to get in small spaces with the hot glue gun. So a white all-purpose glue, Elmer's, PVA glue was perfectly fine. The only thing is you may need to use pieces of tape or rubber bands to hold things in shape while that glue sets. And it usually doesn't take very long, 15-20 minutes, depending on the complexity of your piece. And after I see how I've applied that glue, but afterwards, before it dries, I wipe it to make it much neater, cleaner looking. I don't think I showed that in this video. But see, there you go. You don't even see the white glue anymore. So now, say you got a complicated little piece that you're trying to put in somewhere. You don't know how it's going to fit, so you got to finagle it around and move it around, but you don't have a whole lot of options. It's a little tricky. A thick gel glue is best for this. Like I like the Beacon 3-in-1 glue. And the reason for that is it's got a lot of tack and hold to it. So you can glue pieces together, move them around, even suspend them like from above. You can stick pieces together in awkward positions that'll hold, and the glue will hold them together while you're still trying to move things. It's kind of nice. So that's what I used here, Beacon 3-in-1 gel glue. Awkward assemblies. Now, small detail work. I like the well, here we go. I'm going to use one more example here with the glue stick. And that's me riding a camel. That's an actual picture of me riding a camel. And that's where my double daVinci comes in. I'll tell you a little bit about that. And then to assemble this all together, I used the Barely Precision Art. You'll see, but I'm going to tell you the story. I had in my mind a long time ago that someday I would ride a camel out to the pyramids in Giza from Cairo. And I actually did that. I, had taken a trip to Egypt, and I hired a guide with a horse, and he was on a horse and I was on a camel, and we rode out. It's like a mile from Cairo to the Giza Plateau and the large pyramids. And as we were out there on the Sahara Desert in the heat, the saddle on my camel started to slip. And camels are tall, a lot taller than a horse. And the saddle just slipped right off the camel, and I fell to the sand. I fell on the Sahara Desert, right on the sand. It was a long way down. And then the camel got mad at me and tried to trample me. But I was okay. I didn't get hurt or anything. But I told my tour guide, I said, I'm sorry, but I'm not getting back on that camel. He fixed the saddle. I said, you're riding that camel the rest of the way out to the pyramids, and I'm riding the horse. So that's what we did. But I did kind of accomplish my goal. I rode my camel out to within sight of the pyramids, but not all the way. I rode the horse part way. Thanks for watching. Lots more stuff coming.